Good evening, a very warm welcome from SBC News. Celebrate Seychellois Men is the theme that the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Family has chosen for the commemoration of the International Men's Day, which is tomorrow, the 19th of November. The main event was held at the Eden Bleu Hotel today, where the ministry brought together some 60 men from all walks of life, from Maé, Pralin and La Digue, to celebrate together. The main highlight of the 3 hours event was a panel discussion where 4 prominent men, who are also seen as role models, shared their experiences, achievements and challenges with fellow men. They are Ambassador Patrick Victor, a young entrepreneur, Jean-Michel Vidot, Marc Arisol, the head teacher of the Montfleury Secondary School, and Pastor Jude Fred. Minister Marie-Céline Diallo, who heads the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Family, was amongst several ministers who attended the forum.
We are celebrating achievements and success of our Seychellois men, and we haven't done for a while, and I think it's high time that we do that, because we would like to highlight and give visibility, for once, to the good things that we have in our society, and for the good actions, the good behavior of our men who are contributing. They do contribute immensely in our society. It is high time. We do not wait until they're dead to say it at their funeral, that we bring them in a room to say thank you, to say that we appreciate, and to encourage them so that they continue and to stand alongside our women in society so that we can transform this country. And this is why we wanted to have this celebration and to also show the value of gratitude, of appreciation that we have stopped doing for no reason, but we should be able to do that, and to encourage also other men to stand up for the things that are good, that is right, and let this be the positive vibration in the country. So we reached out to various organizations, public as well as private and as well as civil society, to give us lists and names of people who are responsible, who are reliable, and who has been successful in some ways. And we got so many people that we think we might have got to do this again, which it will be delighted to do it again. We often do it for the women, we forget the men. We should not forget the men. We should alongside and make the space for the men as well as the women in it. And I think because we are under-celebrated as human beings, and I think we should celebrate us, and I think we should celebrate more of the good things that we have, and we do have good things to celebrate.
A 4-member delegation from the Saudi Fund for Development visited 2 out of 13 sites which have been submitted to them for financing. The first place they visited was a plot of land in Carriol, en Sopin, where the government has plans to construct 32 housing units, which will include 16 with 2 bedrooms and 16 with 3 bedrooms. The Minister for Land and Housing, Billy Rangasamy, as well as the Minister responsible for Finance, Nadi Hassan, were also present for the visits. The aim of the visit is for the Saudi Fund for Development to get an idea of how infrastructures are built in Seychelles. The delegation also visited the La Digue school, since the government has plans to renovate the whole school to provide new facilities for students. The Principal Secretary for Housing, Denis Barbe, said that even if the Saudi Fund for Development has not yet confirmed that they will finance these projects, their visit to Seychelles is a good sign, since it shows that they are committed to these projects. The Minister for Education, Dr. Justin Valentin, ended his series of visits to different schools for the year with a special visit to Pointe-la-Rue Primary School this morning. This started with his participation in the Special Assembly, where emphasis was being put on preparations for the national exams coming up as from Monday. In his message to conclude the visits, Minister Valentin recognized efforts that the schools have made to keep their yard clean and tidy, even if the infrastructures are a bit old. He said that the priority remains on finding ways to improve education, stating technical labs and computer labs as places where work will be focused on next year. He also asked the schools to take initiatives and implement their own projects that will complement the education that students are receiving in class. The National Assembly has approved a budget of over 76 million rupees for the Seychelles Fire and Rescue Services Agency. Earlier, the Assembly approved the budget allocations for other entities that fall under the Ministry of Internal Affairs. They include the Disaster Risk Management Division, the Department of Immigration and Civil Status, the Seychelles Prison Service, and the Police Department. The question of a biometric passport that's to be introduced soon featured prominently in today's debate. It was announced that Seychellois living overseas will have to come to Seychelles to complete formalities should they wish to renew their passports. Soroptimist Seychelles has received a cheque of 14,400 rupees from Dipam Cinema. The club partnered with Dipam Cinema to screen a special viewing of Greece last month. The profits will be going towards various projects related to cancer. It's been over a year that the Mont Seychellois Nature Trail has been closed, but recently the Seychelles Parks and Gardens Authority, the SPGA, has finally reopened the trail. It followed renovations carried out with the partial financial assistance of H-Savvy Insurance and the efforts of the SPGA's National Parks Unit. The Mont Seychellois Trail is known for its intense difficulty. It's considered as a trail for experienced hikers. The renovations will provide safety and basic infrastructure to visitors and trekkers. The trail's entrance has been diverted and is now closer to the SPGA substation and the ticket office. The Mont Seychellois and the Trois Frères trails run alongside each other. A small ceremony was organized to mark the reopening of the trails.
The trail will be open to hikers, and an entrance fee of 250 rupees for non-Seychellois will be applicable. However, to ensure continuity, there will be limitation to the number of people accessing the trail at a given time. Visitors' safety will remain as a priority. Hence the compulsory registration at the ticket office. Tourists must be accompanied by a licensed tour guide. We hope that with a new addition to the trail, such as the new ladders sealed to the ground, for the more adventurous hikers, the new signage, and larger pathways, the trail will provide to all hikers with an overwhelming experience by reaching the island's highest point.
That's the news for now. We'll be back at 8 with the news in Creole, next on SBC La Cuisine.